All right, then we start with the lash rope, lash cinch, and we go around the animal first, and we tie the whole thing to the animal, around the animal's body. Heads. The hook always goes to the rear on this cinch here, like you can see here, and that's so that if you're going through brush, you don't snag something and catch it. This wants to be in the center of the load, and when you come underneath the animal, if you have a single cinch, you want this lash cinch to overlap that saddle cinch a little bit so that you don't have a little bit of hide being pinched in between. When you have a double cinch like this saddle has, you don't have to worry about that. Now, when you pull this tight, you want to start out with it the other direction a little bit so that when you pull it and it sucks down tight, you're not pulling that cinch off center like this. You got a ring on one side and a hook on the other, and you want those both away from the animal's sides. You don't want it with the metal up against it. So we pull it tight. Like that. And then we take a wrap on the hook.
You got to go your way.
And then we do a slip knot and a half hitch. Now this hitch is the box hitch that we're going to do. It's a really good hitch. It's a lifting hitch so that it lifts the load out away from the animal's shoulders here and the hips, and you'll see that as we do it. Now with the top, depending on what kind of a top load you have, you can either go in the front and around the back of that top load to keep it held together, or you can go across the top of it in 3 places, or if you don't have a top load at all, you can go back and forth right across the middle. So we start the hitch on the other side of the animal. The hitch is the same thing on both sides. So you tie the off side first. We've gone around the front of the load here first. We'll come back around the back of the load. When we do the hitch, what we're doing is we're making a big loop. And this tail is going to go down behind the loop like that. We put this up on top. We go over the top, behind the corner, come across this tail rope. We go behind the corner on this side, up on top, and we pull it. Now when we tighten, anytime we tighten ropes, if you give it a jerk, you get it a lot tighter than if you just pull. So you give it a jerk, pull the slack out, and then you lift. And you can see how, because we went around the back corners of the bag, how we have a purchase with this rope here, and we lift. And you can see how that comes out away from the animal's shoulders. And we go up on top, we tie it off here, jerk again. When you're packing, you always want to keep your ropes tight as you work. You don't want any slack, you want things tight. And that's the box hitch. Okay, we pull it tight. We pinch it here next to the hook and hold it tight. Take a wrap on the hook, hold it tight there so it doesn't slip. Make a slip knot. We take the rope and make a half hitch around that slip knot so it doesn't come out. And then we start the hitch on the other side. We throw the rope over. Okay, turn her. Just turn her around. Whoopsie. Guess I didn't even throw the rope over, huh?
Well, I set my loop up a little different than you, so I didn't want to confuse the issue.
We take our right hand, stand on the left side of the rope, just stick our thumb underneath that, grasp the rope, reach over the top, and make our loop, keeping the rope above our hand right here. Grasp this rope and slide it up on top where you want it. Go over the bag, behind the corner, across the rope, keeping it tight all the time, working from right to left, behind the bag, up on top, and tighten and lift. Then the rope goes back over to the other side. Go ahead and turn her towards Diane. And we do the same thing again on this side. Hand under the rope, grasp it, reach over and make the loop, make a big loop. Slide the rope up on top, go over the top, behind the bag, over the tail rope, behind the bag, up on top, jerk, and jerk. Come up to the rope here, go over and under with a loop, pull it tight, reduce the size of that loop, go through that loop with another loop, pull it tight, and then if you make your coils all the same length, be arm length coils, put the coils over the top of the loop, reach up through the loop, and pull the coils through it, and you can get rid of a lot of rope in a hurry. And then you can just throw it up on top.